Oh man, I knew this was a possibility. The Fallout 4 Next Gen update does in fact break many of your mods. It's okay because they've done other stuff in this update and it's probably going to get fixed pretty quick by modders, but still it's a little frustrating. But I mean, I'm gonna continue loading and hopefully it still loads okay and the game doesn't break. Fingers crossed, because this save file is pretty far along. Hey, okay, it did work. So some of the stuff that I had modded is no longer modded, but it does look like it has actually, oh God, it does look like it is actually working despite breaking some mods. The Brotherhood of Steel ship didn't do too hot, but hey, at least we're loaded in. So that's right, everyone. The Fallout 4 Next Gen update is here. It is launched on all platforms. So if you did not turn off automatic updates, it's probably already applied for your copy. If you're playing on PC, it means you probably have had your mods broken, but it's okay. They've added some stuff that is at the very least nice to have. So there's that. But without a doubt, most of the benefits of this next gen update are going to be felt on console, on platforms like the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, and even the Xbox One and PS4 versions. Because after all, this is a 2015 game, almost a decade old, which makes me feel ancient, but I guess that's just where we are now. We're all old, one step closer to death, ladies and gentlemen. It's a coming. Now, in the official patch notes that Bethesda has put out for this update, they describe everything that's coming with this update to PC and also to console. On PC, most of what you're getting are things like improved stability, mod and bug fixes. Japanese and Chinese language players on PC will have Bethesda Net login issues resolved, which will fix access to mods through like Creation Club and everything like that. They're also bringing it to the Epic Games Store today, so there's that. They're also officially Steam Deck verifying it, and they are mentioning other things like widescreen and ultra-wide support, other fixes to Creation Kit, variety of quest updates, stuff like that. So it's much more minimal. They're also bringing Enclave remnants, they're bringing workshop items, they're bringing all sorts of previously released Creation Club content or like paid mods and stuff. So all of this will now be accessible to everybody. It made me put in my birthday before I could see the pictures of it. That's hilarious. But yeah, this stuff is now accessible to everybody when it wasn't previously available. And then also some Halloween workshop stuff. So cool. So if you're a PC player, most of the updates are going to be quite minimal. And I just want to be clear about that because I saw some people on our Luke Stevens live comment sections on videos we've done covering this, asking if this was going to be like a Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 update, or if this was going to totally change it, add in ray tracing and stuff. And frankly, the answer is no. No. I mean, even things like generalized performance are not that improved. I'm playing this on a 4090, okay? Like top of the line graphics card in 2024, almost a decade after this game is launched. And I am still, as you can see in the top left-hand corner of the screen, I'm still pretty much peaking out around 80 frames a second, bouncing down into the 70s at times. Granted, I'm in the heart of Boston and I have pretty much everything cranked. But frankly, for a 2015 game, I would have expected much better performance than that. Excuse you. I did have a bunch of performance enhancing mods and stuff. Wow, he just Molotov'd himself. That's funny. Anyway, I had a bunch of performance enhancing mods and stuff installed, but once again, all of those broke with this update. So if you were like struggling to get this running stable on your computer before, it's probably not going to be significantly altered this time around. And you're gonna have to wait till they fix the script extender and stuff to add support for those mods again, because right now we're back pretty much to square one and are just enjoying Bethesda Game Studios optimization for PC, which, as you can see, I mean, it makes top of the line hardware that was only a fever dream in 2015. It makes it look like it's mid-tier hardware struggling to run it stable above 60. So I guess that's just what we're doing. But I will say, having gone back to this in the last few days, just getting acclimated with the game again, and then seeing the alterations to the game as a result of this next gen update, it does kind of scratch a bit of an itch, honestly. I think it's because I was playing a lot of Fallout 76 for another video prior to this, and so coming back to Fallout 4 feels like, you know, coming home, basically. I mean, look, VATS, you can actually target stuff and it will pause time. Like, it's crazy. What is this magic? And you know what? It just reminds me of the initial reactions to Fallout 4 back in 2015, where a lot of players, including myself, were expecting this, like, frankly, Witcher 3 level RPG with like a super compelling story and then a really intense narrative that carries you through with branching options and decisions with massive consequences and stuff. And Fallout 4 is just much more of a lighthearted, campy game that's more of like an adventure looter shooter, basically. It's not really trying to do a hardcore RPG or anything like that. And frankly, if you want to have the best time with it, you probably shouldn't take the main story that seriously. You should instead focus on other stuff like side quests or even like the DLC expansions with Far Harbor and Nuka World. Those are really, really fun. And fascinatingly enough, I think after Starfield and Fallout 76, a lot of us have gone back to Fallout 4 and been like, you know what, maybe this wasn't so bad. Maybe we were too hard on Bethesda. And I think while that's an understandable initial like knee-jerk reaction to have, I think our initial impressions of the game back at launch were probably fair, because there was a lot of let's just say like misleading information put out beforehand with Todd and the team. And I think expectations were a bit out of whack between what they were actually doing and what they were trying to do. But I think for a lot of us back in 2015, we were expecting Fallout 4 to be a 10 out of 10, or dare I say an 11 out of 10. And it came out and was like a solid 8.5. And while that's good, that's not like a terrible, god-awful game. It just doesn't meet the standard. It's why I've said, and we have merch for it, you know, hype makes you stupid. Hype makes your expectations get totally out of whack. When you're really hyped for something, you can be horribly disappointed by even a pretty good game. And that's why I think it's more important to keep your expectations low, so when something is still pretty good, you're still happy about it, as opposed to feeling like you got ripped off, when in reality, the game's just good or even very good. It's just not the masterpiece you were hoping for. This poor guy's seen better days, my goodness. And honestly, it's just really funny to think that we all were like horribly disappointed at, say, the adventuring in Fallout 4, and then we got like Starfield and Fallout 76 after that, and we're like, okay, well maybe yeah, it wasn't that bad by comparison. I just think Skyrim like set expectations so sky high for so many people that then when they got this, they were like, what is this? What is he doing? You good, dude? You good, bro? Oh, they're just shooting the guys up there. And I'm twerking. The game's still not perfect. Seriously, what's he doing? Like, no hands. I'm not like spamming crouch or anything. He's just twerking. Okay, well. It's that Bethesda charm. But like I said, most of the benefits of this update are going to be felt on console. So let's move over to the Xbox Series X and see what this update is like over there. Okay, and here we are on the Series X. You can see Fallout 4 updates. The Fallout 4 Next Gen update brings with it new quality and performance mode, widescreen support, and 3 Creation Club content packs, Enclave remnants, blah, blah, blah. All sorts of stuff, free for all players, just like I was just describing. This save is from when I was sick like a year ago or something, and I was just laying on the couch all bundled up in blankets and stuff for a weekend, and so I just played a ton of Fallout 4 because it just felt right. And so I don't really remember where we're at or what I was doing, but already I can tell the game is running much better than it was before. You can see we also have performance mode that we can turn on in the settings, which is going to drop the resolution a tad, is my understanding, but is going to increase the stability of the frame rate, which is also awesome for a first-person shooter like this. Or I guess also it's technically a third-person shooter if you want it to be. There are options. Oh, I forgot I had the red lamp. Oh, that's cool. So on the Xbox specifically, there were already some benefits of backwards compatibility because Xbox has done a lot of work with an extra layer that the console handles old games with, which basically allows older games to run at improved resolutions or even frame rates just because they've done that work ahead of time. So even this next gen update will be felt less so on the Xbox than even on the PlayStation 5. But the great thing is, like, even though the game is old at this point, which again, it's a decade old, I feel ancient. And frankly, I think it's great that they are doing all of this work to continue improving the game, even for people on older consoles like the PS4 or Xbox One, or if you're playing on a PS5 or Xbox. Because frankly, let's be real, if they wanted to be kind of jerks about it, they could be. And just be like, well, no, we're owned by Xbox, we're not updating the PlayStation version. But instead of doing that, they actually are taking the steps to improve it, which I think they deserve a little bit of credit for, because I've come to expect very little from these big companies. And so to see them do something nice is nice. This is the great thing about Power Armor, is that they can just like go ham at me and it just doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, keep swinging, keep swinging. I'm good. I do remember this with Fallout 4, is that a lot of the enemies are just bullet sponges. Even like regular humanoids will just devour bullets like it's breakfast. It's ridiculous. There he goes. Also, after playing Fallout 76, this is so much tighter. Like the response from the bullets hitting models is so much more accurate. It feels way better. It's not even close, dude. Booyah, slow motion. And there goes the goo. All the precious, precious goo. And the last one. Let's send them off with the bang. Booyah. Sucks to suck. Should have gotten yourself some power armor. It's awesome. Honestly, this is kind of crazy. I think the Xbox version is actually running better than my PC version on like a top of the line gaming PC, which is crazy. But I'm just looking at like how much lessened the pop-in is on PC. It was really bad. The frames were dipping all over the place, sometimes at 80, sometimes they drop down into the 50s or 40s. And on Xbox, it actually seems to be running more stable. And I think that's making it feel like it looks better too. Can we all agree that flying creatures in Fallout games are the worst thing ever? Can we just agree on that real quick? Because they do. They suck. They do suck. Ugh. But man, walking through the wastes, seeing a vertibird fly overhead, like, ugh. I can't even talk right when I see it. It's just so pretty. So gorgeous. Allow me to break your brain for a second, because we were talking about this on stream the other day, and I want to share it with you so you also have an existential crisis. Fallout 4 launched in 2015, right? We're almost a decade out from that date. As of right now, we know that Bethesda Game Studios is working on the Elder Scrolls 6 next, or currently, and then they're going to be working on Fallout 5 after that. So right now, a bunch of the team is working on the Shattered Space expansion for Starfield. And when that's done, all of the team will likely move over to the Elder Scrolls 6, or they'll start working on a second expansion for Starfield. It's not really clear, because they said it's the first expansion to Starfield. They haven't said if it's going to be the first and only, so they have room if they want to do a second big one, kind of like a Nuka World and Far Harbor. They could do that, or they'll just do the one Shattered Space DLC. Either way, once they're done with all the DLC, they will move to work on Elder Scrolls 6 with the full team. And at that point, it's still probably 3 to 4 years out from being released. As of right now, there's been some leaked stuff as a result of the FTC hearings and everything, but they're probably shooting for some time between 2026 and 2028 for the Elder Scrolls 6 to officially launch. I would lean towards later in that time frame, just given how things have been going and how long all of these games are taking to make. So I would assume maybe we get Elder Scrolls 6 around 2028. At that point, they spend another year or two working on DLC and expansions for that. And then they start work on Fallout 5, which takes 5 to 6 years on top of that, which means with a relatively conservative timeline, this could take... Another one crashed. Anyway, what I was saying is this could realistically, with a relatively conservative timeline, mean that it will take until 2034 or 2035 before we get another official mainline Fallout game, which would put it 20 years, 20 after Fallout 4. Just flip the numbers around. That would mean if today Fallout, say 5, we're launching, everything's going to hell around me while I'm talking about this. That would mean if Fallout 5 launched today, relatively, Fallout 4 would have launched in 2004. That's the amount of time between Fallout 4 and the next Fallout game. That's crazy. And I know some people are like, well, Luke, we got Fallout 76. Isn't that like good enough for you? No, it's not. It's officially not good enough for me. This one's crashing too. Dude, these guys are just having trouble today. My goodness. Like, seriously. All of your friends are dead. Everyone's crashed. Get out of here. Get out of here. Can I take him out? Probably not. That's one hell of a shot if I can land it. Nope, missed them all. Wow, not even close. I'm gonna try to pop a cap. I'm gonna try it. Oh, no, looks like they got him. Oh, no. Oh, geez, it's gonna crash on me, isn't it? No, okay. Well, there you go. Brotherhood of Steel. The best fighters in the wastes. Hey, buddy, that was kind of embarrassing, wasn't it? That was kind of embarrassing for you guys. Should feel bad about that. And another one, dude. What is happening? So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I was talking about it on stream when I realized that, and it broke my brain so much that it made me have sort of an existential crisis of self. But that's why I think on the one hand, it's really good that we are getting updates and stuff for Fallout 4 and for Fallout 76. So if you want a Fallout fix, you can still get it, even if the game is quite old by the time it becomes most important, which will be in the next decade as we approach a potential Fallout 5. My personal hope is that Xbox and Phil Spencer are already in the works to give the Fallout franchise to another studio to start working on something. The obvious choice is Obsidian. Obsidian's got their hands full, though, with a lot of stuff they've already announced. So who knows if we'll actually see that. But, oh God, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're okay. I'm gonna run away. I'm really hopeful that they give the franchise to somebody because 20 years between mainline titles is crazy. It just makes too much sense to give the franchise to somebody else to put something out. I mean, back when Fallout New Vegas was made, that was after Fallout 3 in 2008. And in 2008, they were like, wow, guys, it's going to be 7 years before we get another mainline Fallout title. That's too long. We got to do something even faster than that. We can't wait that long. And so they decided to hand it off to Obsidian to do New Vegas on a very tight timeline and budget. But they were able to do it, and it's a fan favorite at this point. So to think back then, they were worried about 7 years, and they thought 7 years was way too long between games. And now they're just casually like, yeah, 20's fine. It's crazy, especially after the success of the Fallout TV show. It just makes too much sense. Like, they've got to be willing to give the franchise to somebody else to get something more put out, right? Like, there's no way they sit on it for 2 decades straight. That's madness. They're just leaving so much money on the table. But that's what's even crazier. As of today, there are no public plans or even leaked plans for anything new Fallout related in the gaming space until the next game from BGS, which is Fallout 5, probably coming roughly 20 years after their last mainline Fallout game, which is baffling, but that's what it is. Okay, right here, I can definitely tell the PC version looked a lot better. I mean, I'm kind of amazed. It looks like the foliage is just not rendering at all on that hillside. Like, not at all. Is this just glitching? That doesn't look right. Is that out of bounds? No, I'm facing the right way. There's just nothing over there. That's crazy, dude. So like far off things, you can definitely tell the benefit from PC to Xbox, but in terms of like frame rate stability and stuff, it seems to be way better. Yeah, now the trees are popping up. It seems to be way better on console right now. And once they fix the script extenders and stuff and get Fallout mods working again, I'm sure PC will once again be the full-on definitive place to play. But as of right now, it's kind of impressive that they've improved the Xbox version so much, and it is running so smoothly over here. That's pretty cool to see. But at the very least, it's nice to see them showing some love to the Fallout franchise after what's been, in my opinion, a rough few years. We're seeing the show, which is getting people to fall in love with the franchise all over again. And Fallout 76 is starting to make a bit of a comeback with a lot of people 6 years after it launched, which is also good to see, you know, that people are enjoying it. It's not for me personally. It's just, I don't get any dopamine playing that game, but you know, going back to Fallout 4, especially seeing how it runs on console, I could see going back to this and going through it again. All I need is to get sick over a weekend and be stuck on the couch. That's what I gotta do. Gotta go start licking public door handles and stuff. Or like, you know, that scene from Elf where he runs around and is like licking up all of the gum that he finds in New York City splattered all over the place under like ledges and things. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'll just tell my wife, no, Nikki, I swear I'm just sick. I don't know what happened. I have to just stay on the couch and play games all day. Yeah, it's spots like this on console where I can definitely tell that this was released in 2015 with, you know, the lack of stuff in front of me. As I run forward, you'll see it fill in with a bunch of trees and stuff. As I get closer and closer, they do a good job of kind of easing it in so you don't notice it super easily. And I'll give them credit for that. A lot of open world games struggle with how to slowly let in detail, but Bethesda seems to be doing a really good job with this Fallout 4 update with it. Because you can see now there's a lot more foliage, there's a lot more trees and things that were not here before, and it looks nice. So all told, from me, I think I would give it one big thumbs up. The only reason the other one doesn't go up is because it broke all of my mods and stuff on PC, and now running the game on PC is actually quite difficult and hard to justify because it doesn't run too great. But if you're a console player, this is just a win-win as far as I can tell. And if you are a PC player, maybe wait until they fix all the mods and stuff so it starts running better. I will also mention that I'm seeing some people on X mention issues if they have mods enabled on the Xbox side of things. So if you have any sort of mods equipped in your copy of the game, it seems like they are also breaking even on consoles. So you can see this individual, Lee, can confirm that the Fallout 4 upgrade on Xbox Series X runs basically the same as the 60 FPS mod and still suffers from bad FPS drops, but now it also has constant screen freezing issues. Not to mention the 60 FPS mod also includes PC Max settings and ran better. I never played around with that on console, so I can't attest to it, but it does seem like if you are using any mods at all on PC or console, whether they are Creation Club mods, whatever, it doesn't matter. This update basically breaks them. So if you are hoping to use any sort of mods, just don't disable them all. You're gonna have to play vanilla until there are fixes and stuff posted. But this is unfortunately just commonplace for Bethesda when they issue big updates, is that they tend to break all the mods for their games that fix their games from their last update. So it's just par for the course. Is anyone really surprised? I mean, come on. That's gonna do it for me. Thank you for watching. I love you all desperately, so thank you so much for making my dreams a reality. Also, shout out to my editor, Jacob, who is working his butt off to get this video turned around super quick. We're filming this in the morning of whatever day it is, Thursday, and he's gonna be working his butt off to try and get it up later today for all of you. So if you appreciate him, let him know in the comment section. Sound off. Well, with all that said, thank you for watching. I love you all dearly, and I'll see you in the next video. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.